headsets on. Women's 1500 on deck. Olympic standard here is 4:02.50. Or for a mile, 4:20.9. We've got 3 ladies who have run that standard, including Canada's Lucia Stafford, who ran a personal best at the LA Grand Prix May the 18th, securing that Olympic standard, the 2-time defending Canadian champion. And it is a very good thing to be running personal bests leading into an Olympic Games.
Yeah, I think Sam made a really good point there when he was talking to Serenity just about racing, about stepping to the line, and he was going to race this event. It wasn't about for Sam chasing any times. It was about getting in, staying in the right position, and making the move when he needs to. And this women's field is chock full of savvy racers.
So women's 1500 is off and running. You got Lucia Stafford. You've got Heather MacLean, ranked 8th all-time in U.S. history. September 2022, she ran 3:58.76. Secured the Olympic standard by 100th at the LA Grand Prix, running 4:02.49. You see the overhead look at these ladies getting started. Addy Wiley is in this field as well, 20-year-old who was 5th at the World U20 Championships in 2022, number 11 all-time in U.S. history. And back on April 20th, ran 4:03.45. She was 5th at the U.S. Championships last year, a very talented half-miler and miler that U.S. track and field fans are starting to know as a household name at 20 years old. Let's check in real quick downstairs with Serenity.
I'm with the winner of the women's long jump, 671, Miss Tiffany Flynn. I know you were just talking about consistency. Is that what you were looking for coming into today?
Honestly, yes. Just trusting my training and trusting that the big jumps are coming. So with consistency comes a big jump. So just trusting my training, and the consistency is a show that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So.
Now, I know you personally, so what were you looking for coming into today? Give me a mark.
7 meters, to be real.
And that's okay?
For real. Yeah.
Now, what's next for you in between now and Olympic trials?
I'm going to do Chula Vista next week and then gear up for trials.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Will.
Thank you, Serenity. And the women's 1500, the pacer is off on the outside, and we've got Heather MacLean running right there up front here in this field.
That pacer was Kate Grace, who just clocked around 2 minutes in the 800 earlier this evening, doing double duty, maybe getting a little bit of a workout right here, trying to pull these women along.
Went through that first 300, 46.04, 67.09. MacLean and Stafford there leading proceedings. Got Dorcas Ewoy of Kenya, Addy Wiley, who we mentioned, Stephanie Brokaw, the American, and a quick top 5, single file here, waiting to maybe make a move here. Stafford, the Canadian, right behind Heather MacLean, the American.
Heather looks relaxed, confident, bouncy, really comfortable, as Addy Wiley starting to make a move into the top 3, find a position before they come into the turn. Simultaneously, we get to see one of the best athletes in the world, Anna Hall, on her attempt in the high jump right there.
So Wiley on the outside, Stafford there with Heather MacLean, who's got the Olympic standard. These 3 out in front all have that Olympic standard. Addy Wiley, who ran a personal best last September in Belgium at 3:59.17. 2 of the best in U.S. history are side by side, and MacLean and Wiley with a 2-time defending Canadian champion. Stafford still running very quickly in there as well. She was at the World Championships last year in Budapest, and this top 3 keeps changing order. Addy Wiley now in front. Stafford says, don't forget about me. MacLean rounding out a very quick top 3. Let's see if the lead changes once again here in these final 100 meters. Wiley taking a peek up at the clock. The final 100 in this women's 1500. Stafford swinging to the outside. The legs turn, the arms come forward, and Stafford, the grimace on her face, has got maybe a half a step. MacLean there too. To the line they go, and it's That's tight. Too close to call. Stafford and MacLean just kept trading the lead all the way down to the final meter. And it is Heather MacLean, 4:02.64. Lucia Stafford, 4:02.65.
Well, I think we had about 7 lead changes in the final 250 meters. The 3 that were the class of the field all playing their cards. Back and forth and back and forth. And it was Heather MacLean to play that final card right at the very end. You can see she's being so patient. A lot of athletes would tie up right here, but she just bides her time. Knows Wiley's not going to give up the inside. Sneaks onto that outside shoulder to just get Stafford at the line. Wow.
And is as close as it gets as you look at this finish again. Lead changing 3 times in maybe the last 30 meters. My goodness.
These are the kind of reps that matter. These are the kinds of races you have to find yourself in. You have to stick your nose in, because this is exactly what they're going to experience. Stafford at her trials, and both Heather and Addy at the U.S. Olympic trials in late June. You've got to know what it feels like to be in the depths, fatigued, hurting, burning, and still have to go for it.
And Serenity Douglas is downstairs with our winner.
200 meters. Ladies and gentlemen, Gwen Torrance.
Competitiveness that this women's 1500 had.
Yeah, I mean, Addy and Lou are amazing competitors, and I'm so lucky to be lining up with them every time that I get to, and I know we compete well against each other, so I'm just fortunate to be out there. And the women's middle distance running is skyrocketing, so it's nice to be with some of the best in the world as well, so yeah.
And you are an experienced runner, so can you tell us about what was your race strategy coming in? It was a little bit windy for you guys as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to work on being competitive and putting myself in it. Actually, I forgot who I was watching, but somebody was saying, like, this athlete, even when they get past towards the end, they try to never give up. So I really tried to channel that today, because I did get past, and I was like, okay, you know what? I still got a chance to bring it back, so I was happy I was able to.
And that's a great mindset to have. What's next between now and Olympic trials?
I'm racing in 800 next week at Adrian Martinez Classic, so I'm excited to get some speed under me before the trials.
Are you going to try to do both for Olympic trials?
I don't know. I don't think so, but you never know.
Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Will.
Thank you.